Thank you for the question, Frank. Next, Carlisle Corbyn, international expert on governance and a representative of French Polynesia to the United Nations. If they could please stand up.
Mr. President, one of the narratives that's considered false is that of contemporary colonialism having been ended. Obviously, it's not. You've been very active in probably most of all leaders of the world, and it's been your consistent position on this question, and also certainly during your tenure as president of chair of the Non-Aligned Movement. The Baku Initiative Group here has been very involved as well in terms of putting together a platform for the territories that are still colonies to proceed in the decolonization process. We just completed a major study on the French colonial territories, including all of the territories that will be examined and presented on Monday. I would like to know, certainly you mentioned the small island developing states as well. Being from the Caribbean, we are very pleased and very fortunate to have your support in the context of climate change. As you mentioned, is certainly an existential threat. We would like to know your view on continued and future initiatives with respect to the decolonization process for the remaining colonies in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right that we started actively to address this issue after we've been elected as a chair of non-aligned movement. So that was part of our responsibility, because countries of non-aligned movement, many of them suffered from colonialism in the past and suffered a lot and sacrificed millions of lives during the time of colonialism. And some countries still suffer from that, like Comor Island, island of Mayotte, still under colonial rule. And that was our obligation. We wanted to help these countries to get rid of this disgusting feature of the past. Unfortunately, in French government, they again using media which is under their control are trying to accuse us that we are meddling into their internal affairs. But this is not true. We do it in response to their anti-Azerbaijani acts in UN Security Council, in European Union, in other institutions where they actually launched a Cold War against us. No, we do it because we are absolutely sure that what France is doing is unacceptable, is disgusting, and must be stopped. They have no right to control the right of people who live more than 10,000 kilometers away from their territory and whom they humiliate, whom they assimilate, and whom they kill. 7 people were killed during the last events in New Caledonia, and responsibilities on the government of France and its president. We will continue to support all peoples who suffer from colonialism as much as we can, with all our resources. And of course, you mentioned Baku Initiative Group. As you know, this is an NGO, but NGO created in Azerbaijan by joint efforts, and they do, I think, a great job, because the voice of those peoples who suffered from colonialism, the voice was not heard, because not many countries could afford to accuse a country like France of what they're doing. Many countries prefer just to close their eyes or to turn their face and not to be involved, not to have a headache, not to be demonized in Figaro or Monde, which became an instrument in the hands of French president's regime. I tell it absolutely with all confidence. We know the messages which go to these media outlets from Élysée Palace, but we don't care. We will support you as much as we can with all our resources until you are free. You and millions like you are free to live on your land, to plan your future, and to protect your heritage, your dignity, your language, which they want to deprive you from. We will be with you.